Hey everybody, we are back at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo with the Brahman Journal, and we are in the last class of the Gray Intermediate. We are in the last class of the Gray Intermediate right before the championship drive, so we thought we'd come live now and just kind of tell you, hey Kevin, how are you doing? We wish you were here. And Edith, you too. Maybe we'll see Edith in Mexico. So, we are in the intermediate drive. We're getting ready to start the Red Female Intermediate Championship Drive. That Red Intermediate Championship Drive will start as soon as we finish this last class of the Grays, but we thought we would come to you and kind of let you know who we're going to see. So as soon as this class, which is class number 12, is finished with the Grays, we will start the Red Intermediate Drive. The Red Intermediate Drive we're going to start with here shortly. We're going to see the top participants, the ones that won first in classes 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then we are going to do the Gray Drive. So again,
there's nice pieces and parts.
Red Female Drive comes in the arena next. We'll just kind of finish up watching this class right before the drive.
Guys that definitely impress you just from a stoutness standpoint. She's wide base, she's bold body, really a long, thick hip inner. And to me, this one has a lot of dimension, but still handles it just fine. I think you study
again, this is the Gray, the last class is the Gray division. Getting ready to start the drives. Jorge, hola, ¿cómo estás?
For me, this heifer, you know, at times wants to pull up in her loin. I would like to relax her just
so this is the last class. This is class 12 of the intermediate Gray division. And then we will go into the Red Drive.
Into her top line, really level behind her hump. The way she carries it back through her pins and comes to the ground really sound. Just giving up some of that power and shape.
So we came in just a little bit early. You got a little sneak peek at the top of the Gray class. And we're getting ready to see the Red Intermediate females, which are across the arena getting ready.
This heifer for me is a little brisket in her yet, and I would like to see just a notch more stoutness in her as we study her through her lower quarter. The heifer around the corner now.
Again, these are the last class before the Red Female Drive starts.
She's one at times, gets to looking a little shorter bodied out here and a little rounder. But I think if you watch her get out on the travel, you can appreciate the practical structure she has and the overall dimension. Young man's heifer coming out next, another one. I mean,
glad you could join us. Remember, everyone, we are in the last class before the Red Intermediate Championship Drive. Hola, Ran, ¿dónde está?
I'd like to raise her up in her
Marcus, good to see that you're watching. Everyone, this is the last class before the Red and Gray Intermediate Champion Drive will start. Brianna, good to see you. This is the last part of class 12.
I'd like to see her a little deeper through that rear rim.
We are getting ready to start with the Red Intermediate Championship Drive. That'll be coming in the ring. Benton, good to see you. I think we saw you earlier. So this is class 12, finishing up with the Gray, and then we'll get ready to do the drive. We're pretty excited about it. So Red females, the intermediate champions, the ones that are coming in that were the top of their class, that was class 9, 10, 11, and 12. In class 9, we had LN, LMC, polled Sweetie, 237/7. That is a polled female. A little interesting tidbit is our calf champion was also a red polled female. So that's kind of becoming a really good thing that we're getting some polled females that are just doing wonderfully. This class number 9 winner is shown by La Muñeca Cattle, and the sire of LMC Polled Sweetie is LMC Polled Future. So our class 10 winner was Miss WCC 6W, and that was shown by Watkins Cattle Company, and that is a 3X HK Mr. 966 daughter. So they'll be coming in the ring soon. Hey Debbie, good to see you, and Emily, glad you could join us. So class number 11 was Lady L. KEZIA ROJO 312, and if I didn't do right by the name, I apologize. That's a Jeremy Lowen entry, 4L, and that's a TJF Mr. Smoking Gun Daughter. Now, let's remember, y'all, Jeremy is having a sale here soon, so we want to keep that kind of in our thoughts. Now, look, we're getting ready to have a really cool award here in the arena. So we're going to have an award in the arena, and this is going to be for the Red Show Cow of the Year. This is a special presentation right before the intermediate drive.
We're here today to present the 2017-2018 Red Show Cow of the Year. Miss CT, Miss Carly Rhino, 65/15.
We wish you were here
owned
too,
by
Andy.
Leah Thibodeau, bred by Wesley Thibodeau, born on March 3rd of 2015. This cow is pretty exceptional. She had some really incredible 2017 season top wins. She won the Grand Champion Female of the State Fair of Texas. She also won the Brazos Valley Fair and Expo. In 2018, she won the Rio Grande Valley Fair, the Dixie National. She was the Reserve Grand Champion of Dixie National, Reserve Grand Champion of the Hunt County Fair, Reserve Grand Champion of the Okie Extravaganza. Some interesting facts about the family. They're no strangers to this award, as the dam of CT Miss Carly Rhino 65/15 was also named the ABBA Show Cow of the Year 2 years in a row and was owned by the Thibodeau family. Congratulations to this incredible family for winning this award.
So congratulations to the Thibodeau family and also to the Joyce family, because Michael Joyce was on the stick, and here we have the Show Cow of the Year award. Michael Joyce was on the stick for the most part. This is a Thibodeau bred animal, so we know that connection between that group. This is an 8/9 daughter that just won that Show Cow of the Year award, and we just want to give a shout out to the Thibodeaus and to the Joyces. So we are getting ready to start now with that intermediate red female. We'll go back over to that, and we are going to have also in that fourth class, the class number 12. Class number 12 was CT Miss Karen Rhino, and amazingly, the cow that just got Show Cow of the Year was the dam of also our entry that is getting ready to enter as in the fourth spot out of the fourth class, which was class number 12. So again, coming in first, in that first place in class number 9, we're going to have the entry of La Muñeca Cattle. So La Muñeca Cattle Company coming in with their entry.
Class 10, your winner was entry 1857.
Class 10 was Peyton Herzog on the stick for Watkins Cattle. And that second animal walking in is a 3XHK Mr. 966 daughter. Class 11, we have Jeremy Lowen here. Now don't forget, guys, he is going to be having a sale soon. We'll do a little shout out and let everyone know when that sale will be. But he will be having a sale, and he has some exceptional animals, as you can see. He is showing a TJF Mr. Smoking Gun daughter. And then this fourth animal coming in. Now let's think about this, y'all. This means that this animal is a half sibling to the cow that just won the Show Cow of the Year. So that's pretty cool. Her mother was 8/9. Needs no introduction there. Then coming in for those second place for the reserve, we have in class 9, our second place was shown by Paradise Island. That's a CT Mr. Jude Rhino daughter. That's CT Miss Madam Gypsy. And then in the 10th class, in class number 10, the second was Moreno Miss Lady Rixie, a Moreno entry. Class 11 was a Moreno entry also, and that was a Rufus daughter. That's Mr. Fontenot 333 daughter. And then class 12 entry was Walter's Joy Rojo. That was a TJF Mr. Smoking Gun daughter also, and that is a Walter's Livestock entry. So here we have the division drive. Rodell, it's good to see you watching us. Thank you for joining us. So here we have the division drive again, guys. This is the Red Intermediate Championship drive here at Houston. Glad you could join us. Tell us what you think about the cattle. Again, if you want to know what they are, sitting at the top, class number 9 winner, was the La Moneca entry.
Well, I think as we
Moving
get
to
out here
second,
for our
we have
intermediate
HERZOG
division
showing for
champion,
Watkins.
really good lineup of heifers, first
Lowen,
and seconds out in
Corral,
respective classes.
and
I think
Phillips
again, this is
Cattle.
the kind of quality that one expects coming to Houston. But you know, I was down here 3 years ago getting to work on a committee when we judged the whole show, and this red deal has just got plumb competitive and deep. And my hats off to the breeders, and I'll brag on them later on. But it's really been fun to sort through them today as well. So we get down here in our youngest heifer in the lineup, as I stated in that class. You love this light red heifer on the profile. I think she's feeling the parts come together quite nicely. She's nice and smooth, and then not the stoutest one out here in the lineup, but certainly a very nice female. The heifer out of the second class in this particular division is one that, to me, checks a lot of boxes in terms of combining balance, quality with substance, and without a doubt, structurally gets around and goes quite well here around the ring. The dark red heifer out of class 3, as I stated before, I love this one on the stand. I think she's modern, she's big-bodied, thick-made, and really put together quite nicely. Just gets a little shorter striding when we ask her to lead, and you'd sure like to free her up. And then we get our oldest heifer out here in this division, and you know, from her shoulders back, I think this one's as good as any. Really big and full in her rib cage, long and smooth her hip, and structurally sound. We look at her in terms of balance, and I think she's sure proportions. Maybe we could just tuck her a notch there in her shoulder and her neck and chest, but that's being picky on one that puts together an awful lot of good and comes to ground quite sound and flexible. So again, a very competitive group. Let's give these red exhibitors a big round of applause, and I'll show you my division champions.
Again, the judge is complimenting the breeders because they're very done a great job with their red cattle, and he's getting ready to go and pick that champion of the red division in the intermediate, and he is going to the animal out of class number 10. Class number 10 winner was Payton Herzog on the stick for Watkins Cattle, and that is Miss WCC GW 278/7, and that is a 3X HK Mr. 966 daughter. So moving in for reserve consideration is the Moreno animal, Moreno Miss Lady Rixie, and this is a JDH Sir Stratton Manso daughter. So the judge will be making the decision who he's going to be using for the reserve division in the intermediate, and it is Phillips. It is Phillips Cattle. Phillips Cattle. So that was really exciting. Phillips Cattle, who won that class number 12. And again, remember guys, that is a 8/9 daughter. That's CT Miss Karen Rhino, 47/7. That the Phillips Cattle Company was leading. Phillip Cattle Company really have been really focused on buying some great genetics. And that's JDH, Sir Shank Manso daughter. Now we're getting ready to start with the intermediate gray division. Intermediate gray division. And Amy, we are so glad that you could join us. And Amy's newly married. So shout out to Amy, newly married and jumping on to join us. So in this gray female intermediate championship division, in class 9, our winner was LMC LF Polled Spirit. And that is a La Moneca Cattle Company entry. Now they just had to jump out of the red. Oh, we're going to be moving over here for the Gray Show Cow of the Year.
Walters Livestock.
Gray Show Cow of the Year.
Winston Walters. The winner of the Show Cow of the Year was Walters Rebel 531/C. Some of her incredible winning season during the 2017-28 season was the grand champion of the ABBA National Show, grand champion of the State Fair of Louisiana, grand champion of the Fort Worth Stock Show, grand champion of the Houston Livestock Show, and the grand champion of the South Texas State Fair. Some interesting facts about this show, this cow, Walters Rebel is a repeat back-to-back winner of the ABBA Premier Gray Show Cow of the Year Award. She is one of only 2 gray females to have ever won back-to-back awards since the ABBA Awards started in 1991. Currently, now her first calf, Walters Betty Lou 820, is the current leading contender for for the 2018-2019 Show Cow of the Year Award. Congratulations to Walters Livestock and their team for breeding some incredible females.
Okay, so we just had a really cool award for the Walters Livestock. They had back-to-back champions in the Show Cow of the Year Award. That was that Rebel. We loved her. The Rebel cow of Walters Livestock, who is the dam of the current leading Show Cow of the Year for this next show season. Okay, so back to the Intermediate Championship. Intermediate champion, we have La Muneca coming in first. Now remember, they had Class 9 winner in the red, so red or gray, they have you covered. Then coming in for class number 10, our winner at class number 10 was Moreno Miss Lady TERE, and she is a Mr. Son of a Gun daughter, TJF Mr. Son of a Gun daughter. And then we go to the IS Miss Deborah. This is Miss Deborah. I have a little factoid to tell you all. Miss Deborah is the cow that I had my first selfie taken with. So back in August, I took a selfie with Miss Deborah. So right here in front of me is IS Miss Deborah 226. And she is shown by IS Ranch. And then class number 12 is Miss V8 674 over 8. And that is a 458 daughter. That is a noble daughter. Hola, Carlos, ¿cómo estás? And we have Guillermo joining us too. So then our second place winners, we had Miss J.H. Rosetta, shown by Daniel Decker. And then in that second class was a V8 Ranch entry. Our third class was a Swanner entry. And in our fourth class, we had a Val Walters entry, Walters Livestock. So we are ready to go with the Intermediate Championship judging. And the judge is here making his considerations. Such great cattle, it is hard to choose because they're all so good. The best of the best here at Houston. We agree, we really like these cattle. Let us know where y'all are watching from and what you think of the cattle. And don't forget, we have the show champions, photographers right here in the arena doing a phenomenal job of taking photos, and that is where you go to buy your photos, showchampions.com. So if you are showing, you need to come buy your photos at Show Champions. They will have those photos up rather quickly. This judge is getting ready to make a decision. He's walking around. Now remember, we have the La Muneca cattle. Hey Debbie, how are you? Glad you joined us from Florida. And Eugenio, good to see you. So we have the La Muneca entry, and then we're moving right along to the V8 Ranch entry. And then we're going to move along to the IS Ranch entry. She was in that third class. Remember, this is the one that I had my first selfie taken with. So excited. And Manuel, good to see you join us. And then we have a V8 entry, and this is a noble daughter. So, hey Scotty, good to see you join us. This is the Gray Intermediate. We are watching the Gray Intermediate Female Championship Drive. Very exciting about this. And after this drive, we will have a special award for the juniors for the AJBA. So we'll stay in the arena just a little bit after the judge makes his very important decisions about this intermediate championship.
Our intermediate division on the Gray Show again. I think a really tough lineup. Your first and second tell these respective classes. And you can find any extremely good heifers all the way through here. I think as we study our class 1 or the youngest class in this particular division, this little light gray heifer is one. Just love the
We agree, Carlos. The noble daughter is just beautiful. But all the noble daughters and bulls are just wonderful, we think.
And plenty of mass and dimension to that one to go along with that pretty. After that, we get to the second in this division, and this heifer, when she stops on the profile, he gets her pulled together. You really like a lot of parts about her. I think she's won her, really good in her hump placement, the way it comes into her shoulder and top line. She's a really big-bodied heifer here that sure has some dimension to her. When she gets out on the move, she wants to get a little steep in her hip, and to me, just get a little rounder and bunched up looking. But we get her settled down here on the profile, and you can sure find the good in that. We get the young ladies heifer out the third class in this particular division, and I like both those heifers in this class. This one just fit me a little more in terms of just moderation and thickness and squareness, a really long-bodied, up-headed kind of a heifer here, one that sure has some good to her in my mind. Then we get to our oldest class in this division, and this red-tinted heifer is one that to me is kind of an outlier in terms of just dimension. She's extremely wide-based, full-bodied, and thick-made. As we study her on the profile, you're like, well, with that kind of power, is she too rough-made? And she's not. She does have some shoulder, but I think it still comes into the rest of her body like it should. She still has feminine character about her head, and I can sure live with that. So again, an awfully good lineup. I think you can justify going a few different directions. There's a couple of these that hit me pretty good. If you would, put your hands together and I'll show you the two I like the best.
Hey, Ray Salinas, glad you could join us. Sorry you had to leave, but glad you could join us for the video. Judge is getting ready to make his decision here in this intermediate championship division of the gray. And it is the noble daughter. So Carlitos in Mexico got it right. He said that was his favorite, and there you go. And now moving in for the reserve division championship is Walters Livestock.
And ladies and gentlemen, your division winner, Miss VA, 674 over 8.
He's getting ready to make his decision for the reserve. Carlitos, you were right. You're such a good judge of cattle. Okay, Carlitos, who's going to be reserve division? Columbia, glad to know you're watching us from Columbia. Judge is walking up towards the top. Let us see. He is walking, and he is looking right there at La Muñeca. Yep, nope, Carlos, you were good, but I was here and I was watching, and he went to the La Muñeca animal. Hola, and she was the winner of that class number 9. And interesting tidbit is she is a foaled heifer, so that's really exciting. Now we're going to stay in the arena. And the Clay family has a special presentation for the juniors. This is pretty cool.
ABBA before we move our cattle in.
So the American Junior Brahman Association, for those of you who don't know, it's a really great association. It really supports our youth. We have a tremendous All-American show, and we really are dependent upon the kind donations.
I hope you all are having a great international show this year. My name is Alyssa Duce, and I'm the AJBA president. And I just wanted to say a very special thank you to the Clay family.
Clay family.
We have here with us Mimi, Barbara, and Bailey Clay. They are graciously donating all the money to cover all our costs for the location at this year's coming up All-American. This is a really incredible thing that helps us juniors out tremendously, and we are very gracious for y'all's donations. And we just want to say thank y'all for all of y'all's past donations, because we know that y'all, this isn't the first time that y'all have helped us. And it takes really amazing people like these and their generous donations that make our All-American and all of the events that we put on possible. So thank y'all.
Isn't that cool? Yep, we had a huge check written for the donation of the American Junior Brahman Association from the Clay family, from Mimi Clay. getting a few photos so we can put that in the Brahman Journal magazine. And we're going to thank the Play family again for their kind donation. Okay, y'all, don't forget, we are getting ready to move into the junior division, the junior female division of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And we will be back with you during the division championship drive. So division championship drives are what we're doing live. Keep watching our photos and just let us know what you think. Thanks.